Hi. Hi. It's been a while, and here is a special guest. His name is Spooky. He's our new cat who, we've had a while. There we go. And, yeah, we got him from a no-kill shelter. He's our baby now. Since, Jack is in kitty heaven. We have Spooky. Okay, so yeah, I know it's been a while. Bad Ellen for making no videos, but life goes on. I'm making a video because I'm stopping being lazy and finally doing one, but I've been busy too for reals with school and stuff. Okay, so I feel like talking about Supernatural, actually, because I went ahead and watched the show. Because a friend of mine, Brett, who all of you should know, he and I sort of trade off shows with one another, saying, you have to watch this. Like, I told him to watch Dollhouse, which I hope he watched all of and finished. And yeah, so I watched Supernatural and all caught up to the episode last night, and I feel like talking about it because no one in my life watches the show. Like none of my friends do. Real life friends. I had heard of it before, but I really didn't have like much motivation to watch it. I mean, I sort of knew what it was about. I'm on the internet, people know it there. But okay, so the show, I like it. I love parts of it. I think parts of it are, great and awesome and beautiful and funny, but I don't really feel like it, really adds up to like a great, beautiful whole. Um, there Yeah, one of the issues, I think it lacks a strong female presence, and by that I don't mean, like ass kicky or like fighty. There are many ways to be strong. Like Kagome from Inuyasha really isn't a fighter, but I always view her as a strong character, like real women don't wear dresses, I don't buy into that at all. I think you can be a woman and be, giving and empathetic and understanding and all of those wonderful things, and not, be like meek and helpless. So, and especially as I get older, like I understand, just how hard empathy can be. So, right. Um, Although that's probably, Bobby is my favorite character of the whole show, and I think he has some characteristics that we traditionally associate with women or femaleness, even though he's obviously not feminine in any obvious way. He was, I mean, I can say was because he's dead, very giving, like, to all of the hunters who knew him, not just Sam and Dean, where how he, looks everything up for everybody. He, always covering people's asses with pretending to be whatever law enforcement that they needed when they called up, like, yeah, and just nurturing to Sam and Dean in general, like a mom a little bit, not just a dad. So, right, yeah. Okay, so yes, love for Bobby. I also really like Castiel, and some of that probably is a bit from my Joss Whedon loving heart because of his redemptive mission that he's on this season, especially. Um, Also, when his head was like broken and he was crazy at the end of season 7, he kind of reminded me of Topher from Dollhouse. So there's that too. But, you know, Joss, he loves redemption as a storytelling device, and he tells it over and over and over again, and you know, that's in Cass, plus a character who was prone to, you know, only following orders and, you know, having to figure things out for himself and to, you know, determine his own fate when that thought hadn't even occurred to him before, is also like reminiscent of a lot of other things that Joss Whedon loves to do, especially his screw destiny bit. And, you know, J.K. Rowling loves that one too. She loves screw destiny. So there's that from the other stuff I like. Kim Manners worked on the show till he died. And he worked on X-Files, and, you know, X-Files is very, very near and dear to me. And, like, every Monster of the Week episode, how it starts off with, like, the thing, and it's killing or hurting someone or doing some bad shit, and then, you know, like, cut to credits. And then, like, we have the protagonists, like, putting the research together to figure out what it is to, you know, go after it and stop it. Like, that's every X-Files episode, pretty much. So there's that. Riel Tucker, who writes for True Blood now, she worked on the show for its first 2 seasons, and you know, I get, like, her sort of humor in it. Yeah, and this season, like, to go in to talk about things I like, you know, from my problems, one thing that I really didn't much like about this show, or maybe more respond to, where I respond to, like, better from True Blood or the Buffyverse, is that, you know, there are monsters, but, like, they're monsters who, you know, can be good, I guess. Right. And, you know, we saw that in this season with the vampire who, you know, Dean sprung from purgatory, and, you know, Meg, who she kind of has like a 4th season Spike vibe going on, or she did, you know, before she was, spoiled alert, axed. So yeah, like, it paints, you know, the scary things in more colors. And oh yeah, the werewolf episode, that was like that handy cam thing, which I'm not a big fan of that like Cloverfield whatever. But anyway, direction wise. So yeah, like, something that I feel is an improvement on the show, that was kind of lagging before. I mean, like, there were, you know, like, good or better monsters, but, you know, then eventually they would kill them anyway, and it's like, no, you can't fight your nature, like, yeah, we have to do this, we have to kill them, they will kill innocents, so we have to kill them. Like, it just, yeah, felt kind of flat and one-dimensional to me. So I'm happy that that's being improved on. Sam and Dean are extremely frustrating characters to me, because they, like, all the stuff they've been through, they don't really grow and change. Sorry. They don't really grow and change as much as I'd like. You know, Sam's line is, you know, I want to get out of hunting, and I want to be happy and have a family and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Even though I know I'm a freak, and, you know, Dean's is to fight and die and bleed for his family, because he doesn't think he is anything else and can't conceptualize another way to live, like, you know, hunt and look after Sam. That's, like, all he does. So, you know, and it's, like, frustrating not to see these characters really fundamentally move beyond that, or change their line, you know, change it up a little bit. But one thing I was really happy with was this last episode, you know, Dean, like, just said that, you know, he's sick of, you know, lying and being lied to, and that's great, because, you know, I know that the brothers like lie to one another to protect each other or to not burden each other with their problems, but you know, after all this time, you think that they would have learned their lesson and start telling the truth to one another, because you know, they've gotten into some horrible situations because of them lying to each other. So it, you know, just gets really, really irritating to watch. Admittedly, I do like Dean a little more than Sam. I mean, I'm trying to like Sam a little more than I do. I guess I like Dean more because, you know, he's a proper Stepford snarker, and I love me those. So yeah, and his, I guess, you know, Jensen Ackles, like all of the mannerisms that he gives him are just, you know, unspeakably endearing. But yeah, I still like the side characters more. Like, I love Garth. Um, I do. I love Kevin. I love his mom. I liked Ellen a lot. I'm a little sad that she wasn't around for longer. She felt a tad underutilized, but not as underutilized as Joe. She just sort of ended up like a non-entity to me. Like, I just watched the whole show, I don't know, a month ago, and I can barely remember like anything she did. I remember Ellen though. But yeah, so side characters really sort of make the show for me. I think the show is overall worth your time if you're into Buffy and X-Files and stuff like that. Okay. Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen. Oh, I'm going to Kitsune Kon this weekend, so if any of y'all who are watching this are there, that's cool.